Hello, this is Dr. Lisa from Home Advanced Chiropractic, welcoming you to Lesson 2, Harness Your Habits, Transform Your Life. So if you've already been watching the other videos, the intro video and Lesson 1, you've already delved into the beginning of our program, the system that you're learning how to plug into. You get the study guide. If you don't already have it, grab it from the office when you come in for your maintenance visit, because this is how we go through the system of harnessing your habits so you can transform your life. So you need this, and you've already been taking notes, writing things down, your observations, the things you're learning about yourself, and keeping track of it right here. So get the study guide if you don't already have one. It's going to make the video make more sense. So before I do anything else, here's a reminder that chiropractic serves a unique purpose. If you want to become a better version of yourself, definitely utilize chiropractic. We always start with the nervous system, and that's why we're doing Harness Your Habits, Transform Your Life, because we're training the brain to become more open to new things, so they stick into your brain, so you can compress them and rewire your brain, because the brain wants to make shortcuts, and anything you do in a repetitious manner is going to condense and compress the wiring, and there's room for new. And the brain likes to take on new things. That's what the brain was meant to do. So we're going to do that with this program. And we have the tip of the week. Don't give up. I'm telling you, stick with it, even if my system seems a little oddballish and doesn't make sense yet. We're going to fill in the blanks. But let's make room for the positive activities. There's no time for berating yourself. Don't criticize yourself. Don't hate yourself. And don't say, oh, why bother? I quit. Don't give up. You can do it. We are just going to capitalize on the successes you've already attained. So enhance your good habits and watch how everything else unfolds. So that's the tip of the week. Stick with it and see the good changes that happen. Now, Lesson 1, we talked about the attitudes and actions. There were 6 of them. We talked about 3 of them on Lesson 1's video. The other 3 are saved for your next maintenance visit. And I can't wait to hear what you have to say, because this is a self-discovery time of the seminar and the independent study, and it's exciting what you tell me, because it helps me plan my next lesson. And it's exciting to see other people getting excited. Remember, the first attitude that inspires is own the passion to learn. And if you have that passion to learn, then you're moving right along. Everything is exciting. You're looking forward to the next bit of information you can stuff into your brain. And that's why you're on Lesson 2. You obviously have the passion to learn. So let's continue. So if you go down to the lower part of the study guide where we talk about the steps, this is where we really dive in and get things done, and you start really looking at how your habits affect you. So today we're going to talk about listing your habits, and we include your virtues and your vices, and dissecting your day. You need to go over everything you do during your day that is habit. During your weekday, when you're at work, and also on the weekends. You might have a completely different schedule on the weekends, so you might have 2 charts. You do have the charts on page 2 of your study guide, and we're going to talk about Category 1 and Category 2. Category 3, 4, and 5, we're going to save for your next maintenance visit. So take notes now, Category 1 and Category 2. So Category 1, you are going to write down everything that you do daily. The daily habits, I call them your maintenance habits. How do you maintain your life? The things you need to get going and get your day started and get you out of the house. What are those daily habits? What are the ones that are on autopilot right now that get you out the door? For instance, wake up, brush your teeth, feed the dog, put the dishes in the dishwasher, What else do you do in the morning that gets you ready for your day? Making the lunches, get everybody else awake. These are the things you are doing on automatic pilot. Write it down. Why? It sounds a little oddballish, but it's important. These are the things already condensed in your brain. Those circuits have compressed because you have done it so often, your brain makes a shortcut. And the brain likes shortcuts because then there's room for more new things to add into your brain. That's the exciting part. Write all this down and give yourself a pat on the back. Compliment yourself. These are the things you're successful at. Every day, every other day at noon, you pump gas so you don't run out of gas and you're not stranded somewhere. Everything that you do, it sounds mundane, but now we're going to celebrate it because the little things you do are important. They prepare you for the great things you are going to do later on. What do you do in the morning? What do you do before lunch? What do you do after lunch? What do you do before dinner? What do you do in the evening? These are the things you include because they help you get ready for your day so you can go out and do things. You, no matter how silly they are, write it down. Now, you learn to drive. Now, you don't have to write every little part of learning to drive down. You do that every day. The ignition, the gas pedal, the brake pedal, reaching for the windshield wipers, stopping at the red light. This is just an example of how your brain condenses and compresses the wiring for those activities. They're on autopilot. So, everything else you do during your day, that's just as important. They're there, they're working for you every day, and they're helping you do other great things. Remember, pat yourself on the back. You already have accomplished a lot before you've gone out the door. Now, category 2, this is the section you're going to write down all your regenerative habits. This is everything that you do that it's a little bit different from getting you ready for the day, but this is where you recycle your energy. This is where you recharge your batteries so you can do it all again tomorrow. So what do we write down? Rest. Our habits that get us ready for rest. Sleeping. What are the habits we do that get us to bed on time so we have restful sleep and we feel regenerated when we wake up in the morning? That's important. So write that down. Anything you do that helps you accomplish sleep, write that down. Herbal tea before bed, it's part of your ritual. Include it. And other things. How do you relax during the day? Do you block out times when you take breaks and get yourself ready for the rest of the day ahead? What else do we add on there? Time for fitness. Time for exercise. Include that in category 2 because that helps recharge your mind and your body. And exercise is an important part of keeping blood circulation. It is stimulating to the brain, and movement is very good for the brain. All the body movements send signals to your brain. And then you do these things on autopilot. Write that down because they're regenerative and restorative. Hobbies. What are some simple things that you partake in, some fun things that help you get a little bit of rest, clear your mind? Include that. Do you read? Write that down. How much time do you read during the week? These are regenerative and restorative, and they're good habits. Put them down in category 2. Also, how do you recap your day? Reevaluate what you did and plan for the next day. All the successful people who tell you what they do that works for them, this is something that's very crucial. They set aside quiet time by themselves and they plan out their next day. They look back and say, well, what did I do today? What didn't I finish that I can do tomorrow? And what else can I do tomorrow? So that is regenerative time, quiet time. Do you put enough quiet time in your day? Write that down. Do you not have enough of that? Well, that might be category the next category we haven't mentioned yet that we're going to talk about at your maintenance visit. So if there's things you want to improve, we'll talk about that with Category 3, Category 4, and Category 5. But the quiet time, that helps you plan. Also, do you have prep time for your backup plan? Remember in Lesson 1, we talked about knowing your weaknesses, understanding yourself so you know when you need to recharge your batteries. That's when you have that safety net in place. That's when you have the backup plan in place. That's when you're prepared for the telephone ringing and then changing your entire day. So you have a little bit of empty time in place for last minute things. That's part of regenerative Category 2. That's also included. Now, that is Category 1 and Category 2 in a nutshell. Write everything down, no matter how mundane and unimportant it sounds, because it is the successful part of your habit, your habit life. And it's important because it's helping your brain, and we're going to enhance that. Now, Category 3, Category 4, and Category 5 are more unique. We're going to talk about that at your next visit. So save that up. Get Category 1 and Category 2 ready on the second page of your study guide. Get that ready because we're going to build upon it and finish these categories. Now, there's also 3 levels of study in this habit course, and I'm going to talk about Level 1 a little bit. Level 1 is the self-study. This is where you're learning more about yourself. You're getting acquainted with yourself. Sometimes we ignore ourselves because we're so busy trying to get things accomplished. Sometimes our brains are semi-shut off and we're missing out. So this whole point of this independent study is getting to know how you tick, what makes you tick, and how you can enhance that. So Level 2 and Level 3 takes things a little bit deeper, and we'll talk about that on another visit in the office when you come in for your follow-up maintenance visits. Now, Lesson 3, we're going to recap some of this, and we are going to throw in some tips and tricks, but I want you to continue the hard work you're doing. It's all going to fall into place when we finish filling out these categories, and I want you to look forward to that. So I'm saving it for when you come back to your next maintenance visit, and we can delve into these a little bit more, and you're going to see how things are connected, and you're going to see how we're making room for the new stuff, the new things that you're going to accomplish. So thank you for getting this far. I want you to continue, take good notes, write all your ideas down, any observations about yourself, anything interesting. Write it down because it's going to add more stimulation to your brain. We're going to harness the brain. We're going to use it to make our lives better. And I'll see you at your next visit. Thanks for listening.